Hey everyone, and welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
This time we're going way back in time, like really way back,
Oh, how far back are we talking?
to explore some incredible new research about the world's oldest representational art.
That sounds fascinating.
It is, and it's all thanks to this article from Nature, Narrative Cave Art in Indonesia by 51,200 years ago.
Wow, 51,200 years ago.
I know. Get ready because I think we're about to rewrite some art history.
It's definitely a game changer. We're talking about a site in Indonesia that's already super famous for its ancient cave art,
Oh yeah, I know this.
the Maros-Pangkep region of Sulawesi.
Right. They found amazing things there.
Absolutely. But now they've used this cutting-edge dating technique, and wow, they're seeing just how old this art really is.
Okay, hold on. So tell me more about this dating technique. What makes it so special?
Okay, so imagine this. A tiny laser acting like a microscopic scalpel.
Hmm.
It's revealing layers of time in the cave walls.
Ah, I see. Like a
Yeah.
super precise time machine.
Exactly. It's called laser ablation U-series imaging. And by analyzing those layers, scientists can pinpoint the age of the paintings with incredible accuracy.
That's amazing. So what did this laser time machine reveal about the Indonesian cave art?
Well, for starters, it confirmed that a hunting scene at Lang Bulu Sipang 4. It was previously dated to be 43,900 years old.
Right. I remember that discovery.
Yeah, it turns out that it's actually much older.
Oh, wow. How much older are we talking?
At least 50,200 years old.
Okay, that's pushing the timeline back significantly. Can you remind me what's depicted in that scene again?
Sure. It's a massive panel, about 4.5 meters wide, showing these human-like figures hunting pigs and dwarf buffalo. They're called Anoa.
Right.
But get this. Some of these figures are what we call the Aryanthropes.
Aryanthropes. Okay, you're going to have to explain that one. What are those?
They're fascinating. These figures have distinct animal features, like snouts or tails, but combined with human-like bodies.
So like a mix of human and animal.
Yeah, it's just a blending of human and animal forms.
That's pretty cool.
I know, right? And it makes you wonder, this complex understanding of the natural world, that's pretty advanced for 50,000 years ago.
Totally. So they weren't just painting what they saw, they were already tapping into their imaginations, creating mythical figures.
Exactly. But remember, the article also mentioned an even older discovery, right?
Yeah, I think so. Something at Karampuang Cave.
That's the one. This one is even older. And unfortunately, more eroded.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a shame. But what remains is absolutely groundbreaking. Imagine a massive pig. Probably a Sulawesi warty pig, a classic image found at a lot of these sites. But here's the twist. It's not just a solitary figure. There are at least 3 human-like figures interacting with it. A whole scene.
Whoa, hold on. A whole scene, like a story unfolding on the cave wall.
Precisely. One figure seems to be holding a tool, maybe even touching the pig's throat, while another is upside down. It's like a snapshot of a story or a ritual.
Oh, wow. And how old is this one?
Get this. Using that precise dating technique, it's been dated to be at least 51,200 years old.
So that officially makes it the oldest narrative art in the world.
It really does. It's truly revolutionary. And it really challenges that traditional Eurocentric view of art history.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Like maybe complex symbolic thinking and storytelling might have developed independently in different parts of the world.
Yeah. Or even spread through some ancient human migration routes we haven't even discovered yet. It's like we've been missing a huge piece of the puzzle.
Absolutely. These Indonesian cave paintings are rewriting history right in front of our eyes.
Amazing. But what does it all mean? Like, what can these ancient scenes actually tell us about our ancestors?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I think these findings suggest a much higher level of social and cognitive complexity than we used to give these early humans credit for.
Yeah, I mean, the ability to create these scenes, to tell stories through images, that suggests some pretty sophisticated thinking, right?
Absolutely. It implies shared beliefs, rituals, maybe even like a structured way of transmitting knowledge,
Sure.
passing it down through generations.
It's wild. It's like we can get a glimpse into their minds, their culture, their world.
Yeah.
And those theurianthropes, I mean, those mythical beings just add another layer of intrigue, don't you think?
Oh, for sure. These Therianthropes, they raise so many questions like what did they represent to these ancient people? Were they deities? Spirit guides? Or what if they were symbolic representations of shamans or leaders?
I like that.
I
Yeah.
mean, we can only imagine the stories they might have told, gathered around a fire in the depths of these caves, sharing their myths. It's incredible to think that these paintings have survived for so long, hidden away, silently guarding their secrets for millennia.
It really is amazing. And it makes you wonder what else is out there waiting to be discovered.
Right, that's what I love about archaeology. Every discovery, it has the potential to change how we understand the past. And the Indonesian cave art, it's just a powerful reminder that human history is so much richer and more complex than we often realize.
You know, it's interesting. For a long time, the focus of prehistoric art research was on Europe. But these Indonesian discoveries, it feels like they're shifting that focus.
Definitely. They're making us reconsider those old assumptions about the origins of art, about symbolic thought.
It's like we're seeing that the impulse to create, to tell stories, to give images meaning
Yeah.
as a universal human trait, something that transcends time and geography.
I think you're right. And who knows? As we explore more regions, as we get even more precise with our dating techniques, I bet we'll find even more artistic treasures, maybe even older narratives, hiding away in caves, just waiting to be discovered.
It's exciting to think about. It's like a whole new chapter in art history is being written, a chapter
Yeah.
that celebrates our ancestors' creativity and ingenuity.
Yeah, it's really inspiring.
It is. But I do have a question about interpreting these cave paintings. How do researchers even begin to figure out the meaning behind these images? After all, so much time has passed.
That's a great question. It's like a giant puzzle, and we're missing so many pieces. But we have to consider the archaeological context, the style of the art, if there are any other artifacts nearby. And we try to imagine the environment, the cultural beliefs of the people who created it.
So it's not just about looking at the paintings themselves. It's about trying to understand that whole cultural landscape.
Yeah, exactly. And even then, there's always room for interpretation, for different perspectives. We may never know for sure what they meant. But that's part of what makes studying ancient art so captivating. It makes us curious, it challenges our assumptions, and it reminds us of the enduring power of human creativity and imagination.
I find it really interesting that these artists chose to depict these stories on cave walls. What do you think it was about these spaces that drew them in?
Caves have always held a special significance for humans, haven't they? I mean, they offer shelter, protection, a connection to nature,
Yeah, I could see that.
but they were also seen as liminal spaces, like
Mhm.
thresholds between the everyday world and the realm of the spirits.
That's interesting. So maybe the act of making art in these caves was more than just decoration. It was like a way of connecting with the sacred, leaving a mark on the world that transcended their own lives.
I love that. I think you've hit the nail on the head. It speaks to that deep human need to create, to express ourselves, to leave something behind for future generations. These cave paintings, they're a testament to that spirit.
I totally agree. Well, I am officially hooked. This deep dive has been such a journey. I'm feeling a real sense of awe and wonder about our shared human past.
It's pretty incredible, right?
It is. I bet our listeners are feeling it too.
For sure. I mean, it's not every day that we get to rewrite art history.
Exactly. So if our listeners are as fascinated by this as we are, where should they go to learn more?
Well, the article itself is a great starting point. Narrative Cave Art in Indonesia by 51,200 years ago. It's in the journal Nature. Really stunning images and detailed analysis.
And don't forget about those online supplementary materials. 3D models of the caves, extra pictures. It's awesome.
It really is a fantastic resource for anyone who wants to dive deeper.
Well, it sounds like we've reached the end of our journey back in time to the dawn of art.
It has been quite a journey.
But you know what? The exploration of creativity never really ends, does it?
You got it. And that's what makes this whole field so exciting. Always something new to discover, new ways of seeing the world, new stories waiting to be told.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does make you think. That creative spark. It's been with us from the very beginning.
That urge to express ourselves. Powerful stuff.
It really is. A testament to human creativity. And who knows, maybe these discoveries, maybe they'll inspire the next generation of artists.
Oh, yeah, like pushing the boundaries of expression in ways we can't even imagine yet.
Exactly.
I love that. Okay, so to wrap up, if our listeners want to learn more, where should they go?
Well, as we mentioned, the article's a great place to start. Narrative Cave Art in Indonesia by 51,200 years ago from the journal Nature. It's got amazing images and in-depth analysis.
And what about those online supplementary materials? So you're telling me about the 3D models of the caves.
Oh, yeah. Those are awesome. And there are even more pictures. It's really cool.
I'm like stepping back in time.
I know, right? A fantastic resource for anyone who wants to really dig deep.
Totally. Well, I think that brings us to the end of our journey back in time, to the dawn of art.
Wow, what a journey.
It really was. But the exploration of creativity, that never really ends, does it?
Never. And that's what makes this whole field so exciting. There's always something new out there, new ways to see the world, new stories to uncover.
And speaking of new stories, next time on the Deep Dive,
Hmm.
we'll be exploring a very different kind of art. We're going digital.
Oh, are we talking AI art?
We are. We're going to dive into the world of AI-generated art.
Fascinating. What's the impact on the art world?
Well, that's what we'll be looking at.
Yeah.
From those ancient cave paintings to algorithms creating masterpieces, it'll be quite a ride.
Sounds like it. Big questions about creativity, technology. What does it even mean to be human in this age of artificial intelligence?
That's what we're here to explore. So until then, keep those minds curious, keep those creative sparks burning. We'll see you on the next Deep Dive.